Hello again everyone, this is Rezz, your host of the 3i video series, giving you in-depth insight and information on everything you need to dominate the battlefield. The M16 has a damage of 7, a range of 8, an accuracy of 9, a mobility of 9, and the fire rate is 3 round burst. The first attachment we'll be showing you is the red dot sight. The red dot sight is pretty much your staple attachment. You put that on just about any weapon and you should be pretty happy with it. It gives you a nice, clean, clear sight that is pretty much one of the best attachments you can put on the M16. The M16 is not recommended for smaller maps. The M16 is very much inferior to automatic weapons at close range. So if you are going to be using it in smaller maps, use what I like to call covering your sectors. You take a part of the map and cover it basically. Here you can see he's using the wall and he's being able to cover almost a third of the map from this position. He's using the metal object there as cover and shooting down that hallway, which gives him his range, keeps his enemies at a distance. Here he is using a custom reticle, and with custom reticles, my number one recommendation is actually the default dot. You can change the color on it or whatever you want, but that's actually my number one recommendation. If you just don't like it and you want to change it, that's fine, but I would very much try to discourage you from using the larger reticles such as the square or the skull or whatever, because they're going to block your view at longer ranges. The Master Key. The Master Key is an under-the-barrel shotgun, which is recommended for more objective-based games where you have to go in and take the objectives, such as headquarters. In a map like Crisis, Crisis has a lot of long range, so the M16 wouldn't be a bad choice, especially in your earlier ranks. But Crisis also has a lot of close range, such as this bunker here or the house on the other side of the map. So the Master Key would be a good attachment to use, especially in the objective-based game Headquarters, where you have to go in and take the headquarters, which is usually in a confined area, such as here in the bottom of the house here. The M16 would have a lot of trouble in a situation like that because normally it takes 2 bursts, and you are probably going to get killed by an automatic weapon. The Suppressor. The Suppressor is best when you pair it with the Ghost perk, because with Ghost you don't show up on radar, only when there's Blackbird, and also with a Silencer you don't show up when you fire, so that can be very handy if you're playing more stealth. And something I want to talk about is spawn killing. Contrary to popular belief, spawn killing is not bad. If you're playing a game like Team Deathmatch, killing enemy more than they kill you is the name of the game. And the way to do that is keeping them off balance. If you're keeping them coming from their spawn while you are already in position, then you're going to have a much better chance of killing them than them killing you. Something else I want to talk about is battlefield awareness. Battlefield awareness is knowing where your enemy is. And in knowing where your enemy is, you have to know where they're spawning and which direction they're heading. For instance, take a look at the radar here. The majority of his teammates are on the opposite side of the map he's on. To the left of him and sort of behind him. With the spawn system in Call of Duty Black Ops, they are not going to spawn you right with the enemy. So if your teammates are all in one part of the map, then chances are the enemy is going to be on the opposite side of the map, and that's where you're going to need to be. Most of the time, if you're going for higher kill streaks and you're using a gun like the M16, you want to be away from your teammates, especially if you're using the Ghost perk and a Silencer. Here, this is pretty much just luck. I mean, this is kind of ridiculous. For crying out loud, my grandmother could knife these guys in the back. This right here is what you don't want to do. Waving at the enemy is only going to get you killed. Here we have the ACOG and dual mags with the Warlord perk. That allows you to have 2 attachments. The Dual mags can be very handy because they give you twice the amount of ammo you would normally have. Normally you start with 3 clips, that gives you 90 bullets. With dual mags, that you have twice that amount. You have 6 clips with 180 rounds. So, especially in a map like Array here, where you have a lot of long ranges, if you're going to be using the tactic covering your sectors, ideally you want to be away from the battle. You want to be away from your enemy, which means you're not going to be able to pick up a weapon. So you're going to need extra ammo if you're going to be going for the higher kill streaks. Also, the ACOG is a very good choice for a large map like this. It gives you a 4x zoom and is going to give you a good advantage over most of your enemies because you'll be able to see them much better than SVU, especially on the M16. The ACOG for the M16 is very nice. I very much like the sights on it. It gives you nice crosshairs, sort of like a scope. Here he's standing in the doorway. Now, normally that's a very vulnerable position, but the way he's doing it, he's standing back away, not right in the doorway. He's hard to see. If you stand right in the doorway, you're gonna get shot. I'm gonna do a replay on that there and point out something I hope will help you guys. If you pay attention to UAV here, 2 guys are heading his direction. He does a very nice move here. As opposed to staying in the door where he'd be very vulnerable against automatic weapons, he flanks around and uses a truck as cover and gets his kill streak. That pretty much wraps it up for the M16. Things to remember are always use your cover, battlefield awareness, keeping your distance, and cover your sectors. Recommended attachments are the red dot sight, master key for objective-based games, ACOG sight, dual mags for extra ammo, and a suppressor, especially when paired with the ghost perk. Lastly, I'd like to say that if you're going to win most of your games, which I assume you want to because who doesn't want to win, you need to play with friends. If your friends possibly don't play video games, they don't play the same platform, not the same type of games, whatever the case may be, see if you can't find a clan or community to play with. There's a lot of great ones out there, a lot of great guys you could be playing with, or gals. I don't want to get Lancy upset with me. But now your larger clans that have like 50 to 75 members, that's not really what you're looking for, because a lot of those are just for show. I mean, you just go to their site and you join up and you're good to go. That's not what I'm talking about. You're gonna need to go through the process of playing with these guys, getting used to them, and see if you gel, see if you are able to work well together. If you can, then you're gonna enjoy it much more than you would just playing as an individual. An update on a further episode of 3i is going to be an interview with the director of CallOfDutySeries.com, Maverick. He is an excellent strategist. He is a strategist for several clans, including the CallOfDutySeries.com team, which I am a part of. So stay tuned for that, and always remember that respawning is only for entertainment. Our men and women in the military are really out there fighting for our freedom and dying, and they don't respawn. So the 3i video series supports our troops. Again, thanks for watching, and if you need to contact me for any questions or comments, you can email me at rezz@callofdutyseries.com. You can also visit my Facebook and Twitter, username RezzBand. If you have any questions on anything Call of Duty, go to callofdutyseries.com. They have everything there is to know about the Call of Duty series. Thanks for watching.